Hello, everybody. Welcome to I forget what episode we're at. I'm pretty sure I can still count it on one hand, but it is the latest episode of Mondayish. I am Straight Jacket Jim, as always, and joined by the effervescent Dave.
Effervescent, bubbly.
I know.
Like it.
Yeah.
Hello, chat. Twitch chat, YouTube, wherever you're watching this. Jim hasn't put this on podcast services around the world yet, but you know, we'll give it time.
You can't rush these things, all right?
Yeah. Look, I'm just getting asked, man, and I'm just going, no, Jim's handling it. That's not my job. I show up and look pretty.
How good is it when you can just handball something? It's great.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. No, exactly. That's exactly it. And while we're talking about that, if you want to discuss the Mondayish podcast, come join the Discord. We've got a Discord which has its own channel for Mondayish, so come and hang out. Jeppy's going to drop the link right here. It should show up in Jim's chat as well. I don't know if it will, but you know, we're going to find out. But yeah, we have a dedicated Mondayish channel now. So if you've got ideas that you want us to talk about, it's a great spot to be.
Definitely. And I am excited about tonight because I want to call it like it's essentially an AMA, but it's not quite it's an AUA, I guess. It's going to be an Ask Us Anything.
Ask Mondayish anything.
That's right. Oh, there it works. AMA, yeah. We've had some questions coming in already through Dave's Discord, which is really cool. So if you do get a chance, jump in there. That's where the Mondayish stuff is going on. Before you ask the question on this AMA, yes, I do have a Discord. No, you don't want to be in there because it is dead.
All right, that is only visible in our chat, Jep, unfortunately. I know Jim will ban you if you posted a link, but post the link over there or Jim can post it.
Yeah.
Actually, you're not going to be able to see it.
Yeah, I was going to say, hang on. I'm sitting in your chat.
Stuff, guys.
Hang on.
See, one of us runs enough collabs that they keep their bot muted in the other person's stream.
There we go. I just put it in there. There we go.
Hell yeah. But no, I'm excited. We've got some good questions. Like I was looking through the questions. There are some pretty interesting ones. If we don't get to your question today and you said it in the Discord, check it in the Mondayish section. We'll get to it eventually. Or it might even be its own episode. So you never know.
That's it.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow.
Zell, we're recording a podcast. Winrick, hello. Hello, Raiders. Oh my God, this is
a first. This is a first for Mondayish.
First during the putty. Yeah, absolutely. Hello, Zell. Hello, Toxie, who copied the message. DV, Rin, Dust Flight. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Well, we were just introducing it, but welcome to Mondayish, which is our weekly podcast that we just sort of chat about nonsense all the time. You guys are coming right as we're going to discuss some interesting parts of some interesting questions about video games that people have asked us. No, don't be. Oops, it's so good to see you. It's lovely to see you. How was We Happy Few? I'm pretty sure. I haven't got the raid shout out yet, so I'm not sure exactly, but I'm pretty sure when I was lurking, you were playing We Happy Few. Have you played that, Jim?
I have not, but it looks...
off the rails immediately.
Yeah, I know. That's okay. Well, I mean, we play by ear here. We're good. I haven't even started a timer to know how far we're actually going, so I'm going to start that now. But I have not played We Happy Few. It does look... it looks interesting, and it looks like...
I felt like it missed its potential.
Yeah?
It's fun, but like it really felt like it was something else when I first sort of saw it, and it sort of wasn't quite what I think I expected at the time. Chats, if you're not following Zelstis, please do follow Zelstis. Yes. She plays awesome games.
Amazing
Great to see
content
you,
creator.
Lovely to see you. Thank you very much. You're having a few gripes with it? Yeah, absolutely. Hey, cutie, what's going on? Welcome in.
Yeah.
Jim, we're off the rails.
I know. I mean, this is a podcast called Mondayish that has only actually happened on Monday once so far. So, you know, we're always off the rails.
Yeah, no, that's it. But no, if you're new here, welcome to Mondayish. I'm just taking over the intro one last time. We are a video game adjacent podcast that films on Mondays-ish.
Yeah.
We hang out, we talk about everything. My name is Desane, or Dave, variety streamer from West Australia, and with me, the wonderful Straight Jacket Jim.
Hello,
also
everybody.
West Australian variety streamer.
Yes, I actually stream now. I can say that. Like, although I missed it last week, and I'm probably going to miss this week coming as well. But I do stream sometimes.
Hell yeah, cutie. Thank you very much.
I love your accent too, I assume.
That's it. We'll go with it. But Jim, today it's the Ask Us Anything episode, the hour. That's all I'm going to be calling it now.
What about an uwu?
But I've got a good one. I've got a good starting one here that got sent in by New in the Discord from Canada. Hell, And this is one for Chad as well, because I think you guys all have your opinions on this one as well. If you're not like watching live, come catch us live. You can be part of the show. What game or game series, you got a bit of leeway, has the best soundtrack, the best OST, original soundtrack? Jim, for those of you are wondering what OST actually stands for.
Good. I'm
That's
glad.
Yeah,
I was.
I'm pretty confident, but I'm not locked in that that's right.
Yeah, I was just going to ask on behalf of chat. You say I know what it means, Dave, but could you explain for chat? But obviously, you already have done that. But look, music is such a big part of games. I do love me a good soundtrack, and I'm gonna throw a couple out here. I'm gonna start with the real obvious one. Legend of Zelda has just some super iconic music over the whole series, and like to the point where I've bought orchestral versions of it. I just absolutely love it. But I'm also going to mention a game that I adored called Metal Hellsinger, which it's a rhythm shooter game. So you shoot on the beat, you reload on the beat, stuff happens more successfully. But one of the big things about this is they got like proper metal singers and they wrote original music for it. And it's just amazing. Like the last boss fight song has got Serge Tankin from System of a Down singing it. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And a whole heap of those other ones is just it's such a good game. And just for if you're a metalhead, I would definitely recommend at least giving Metal Hellsinger a look, because it's just so cool.
Oh, look, I love the idea of those rhythm games that are tied to other games, like Crypto the Necrodancer, which also has some really cool music, for those of you that haven't seen that, where everything has to be done to the beat.
Yeah.
I saw it in chat, and we'll go back and read everyone else's answers in a second as well, but Kakashi listed probably my one as well, which is Expedition 33. And, people will claim it's recency bias, it's all that kind of thing. Expedition 33 soundtrack is phenomenal. Yeah. Like every zone has its own sounds, its own build. It's just such a part of the world. This is a dude that they just found on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
And like the music is awesome. It's one of the albums that I do chuck in the car and just listen at times, because it is just so cool. Like all the themes. The main theme is just like, even now it's when it plays, I'm just like, such a good game. Like I spent so much time in that game, and it's a part that can often be overlooked, is the music. And like, Expedition 33 nails it. One that's been surprising me lately, though, World of Warcraft. The new zones in World of Warcraft have some just awesome soundtracks. Because, I've been spending a fair bit of time in Azeroth and World of Warcraft at the moment with the new expansion out. But like, there is the Harandar area, which are like forest trolls, kind of like a bit Avatar-y kind of thing. It's got like really like orchestral Lion King, like tribal music. It's really cool. Then you go to the Void Storm, which is like a shattered world that was torn apart by the void, and the music's really eerie. It's awesome. No, absolutely wouldn't laugh at you, Jeb. Like, again, music makes such a difference in zones, in worlds. It's something that a lot of time you don't even realize is affecting your view on the world, which is why streaming games can suck sometimes if you don't get to use the music that was meant to be in it.
Yeah, I'm very happy like that most video games have their own original soundtrack, so that when it comes to those things, it just happens. And I must admit, I'm not 100% sure how Metal Hellsinger goes, because they're original songs, but they've been commissioned by the studio. Like they were written by people at the studio, so I don't know how that would actually go streaming it. But even just playing it, it's such a good game. I do love that. I've seen a couple more in there, and I'm definitely going to jump on the Ori train. Like, those games are just so emotional to begin with, but the music that goes through it just adds to it. Like, it just emphasizes every area you go into, and it's just amazing. Like, this is a game that they've got this big, huge spider boss, and at the end of it, they made me feel bad for the spider. All right, that's the kind of game it is. Yeah, it's
no, absolutely. And Yeen's mentioned up there Persona 5. I can rant about Persona 5 any day of the week. Like, that is one of my favorite games ever. Adore it. The jazz, as we know, Persona 5 invented jazz music. So they started a whole theme of music, and that now is popular all over the world. So
That's
good on Persona
and
5.
it did such a
And
good job. Yeah, that you've got.
StarCraft was an interesting one as well. Just scrolling through.
Yeah, I haven't I haven't touched StarCraft since Legacy of the Void came out. So that was the third part of StarCraft 2, and yeah,
God, I forgot that came out in like multi parts.
Yeah. Oh, it was good. Like, I will say, like, and this is getting off the topic of the question a little bit here, but
never.
We definitely never get sidetracked. But like, it was the same with the original StarCraft game, and not so much Brood Wars, because I felt like that had a fairly consistent story all through. But when you start with the Terran campaign, then you go to the Zerg campaign, and then the Protoss campaign. The Protoss campaign just always feels so disjointed from everything else. Like it doesn't feel like there's like, and that's always kind of been the way for me in StarCraft. But like, because by the time you get to the Protoss, they're kind of telling this big, huge, epic story, and StarCraft is best when it's the Jim Raynor and Sarah Kerrigan love story, and the people in it, and just the big thing that wants to kill the whole universe type thing is not as good a story as the smaller stories, and that's the way I felt for a long time. But that's me. Yeah.
No, I get that. I do like as well. Still jumping through chat. Like we said, join in. Tell us what you think. Kakashi mentioned Final Fantasy, which absolutely solid. Final Fantasy X just has some awesome soundtracks, and Pokemon. Tying them to nostalgia, yes, but at the same time, some modern Pokemon songs are sick. Partly because Toby Fox. Toby Fox, Undertale fame, all that kind of stuff, has done some music for Pokemon Scarlet Violet, did some Pokemon music for Pokemon ZA, and I believe is involved in Wind and Waves as well. So we're talking all of them, which all had bangers, like modern, like, that's not nostalgia. As Jeppy said there, Penny's theme, the Penny's fight, the Penny's theme in Scarlet Violet is a phenomenal song for a battle. Any kind of fight would go off with that song just crank. I don't know if you've heard it before, Jim, but it is just this amazing ramp up that you've just got this character who's come out of nowhere. And it's just like, oh yeah, cool. This is going to be some cute kind of cutesy theme, and it is just heavy. It is great, and like a Pokemon game, sick. And
nice.
When you talk Toby Fox, Undertale, Megalovania is just a classic.
Yep. Can't go wrong with Undertale. I need to get back to that. Like, I started playing it, and like I only started playing it.
Don't stream it.
No, I was just playing it for me. Like, I got it cheap in a Steam sale, and I finally went, I'm going to play this. And I know enough about it to know like the types of runs that you can do, and I've watched enough people play it that I know that sort of stuff. So I gone, I'm going to do this specific type of run, and I got up through one boss in particular, and I'm had a hard time getting past it, but absolutely loving the game, and I just yeah.
I'm interested. You're saying you're doing a specific one, and I'm getting distracted here. Please tell me you're not doing a true genocide run the first time.
No. I'm trying to do pacifist, but I haven't actually looked up the exact like what you have to do for pacifist. So I've just been trying. Yeah, that's it. Any fight I get into, I've just been really trying not to kill things.
Yeah. No, it's a great game. I actually played it through for the first time on stream. And that is why I'm saying don't stream it, because that community, and we might talk about this in an episode sometimes, where a community that's hurts its game.
Yeah.
A great game that the community makes you a bit like, oh, I'm not going to go near there. Because that was the weirdest stream I've ever had, just with like the new viewer chatters and all that are very much Undertale viewers. And if you don't play it how they want you to play it, poor.
Yeah. Yes, I have heard that about Undertale community. It's which is weird because it's such a great game with so many different options that you can play. Particularly, like if you know nothing about the game, the twist at the end is like, it's not even at the end. It's kind of a little bit before the end when you find out what your level actually means, and
exactly. No, it's all really cool.
Yeah, but yeah. So I think we've successfully got off topic enough with that one. We've got the next question that we want to do on this. Ask us anything.
Yeah, cool. We'll go one that's probably going to be a little bit shorter, just because I tell you what, I'm going to limit you to at most 2 games here.
Okay.
And I'll keep myself limited to 2 games as well, which might be the harder one. But this one's going to feed into, because as QD said, need to expand your gaming. This is a good one for that. What game or games, I'm giving you 2, are you anticipating the most? What's the one that you're going, as soon as it comes out, I'm going to play it immediately? Doesn't have to be announced, nothing like that. It's just like, if the game dropped tomorrow, you're dropping everything to play it.
Look, I am excited for the next 3D Mario game on the Switch too. Like, I am super excited for that.
2027, unfortunately.
I know, but
did you see that news today?
Oh, I didn't even hear that. Like, I've been kind of avoiding anything because, like, you've got the 40th year of Mario and the 40th year of Zelda. So, like, I've just been ignoring everything because I like to be surprised about these things. But yeah, as soon as the next 3D Mario drops, I am there. I will get it. And
hell yeah.
I was going to say something else, but I think I'm going with this one now. But it's very unlikely to ever happen. But I absolutely love the Mario versus Donkey Kong game. So like they started off, they did a re-release of the very first one, but that is completely different to what they turned into, because they became these really kind of niche 3DS titles or DS titles. And so you were guiding the minis all through the stage, and you had to like draw, like you had a finite amount of resources where you could draw in a bridge, or you could get them to walk over switches. And I just love them. I absolutely love them.
That's cool. It's like a little puzzle game.
Yeah. But they were nice and short. So they were just like, they never really had physical releases. I don't think they were just like an eShop thing, and they weren't that expensive, $20-$30 maybe, but I absolutely adored them. And if that dropped again, if one of those games came out tomorrow, or a collection of all of them came out and worked out somewhere on the Switch, I would 100% buy that straight away.
Hell yeah. No, that's sick. That's really cool. Just to pivot a little bit. I said I wouldn't get distracted, but I'm getting distracted. Big known leaker, Nate the Hate. Because I cite my sources here, Chad. That's a professional video game journalist.
You're a journalist with a big J. Let's go. Yeah.
That's it, with a big G, capital G. Journalist. Basically, he's come out and said that the next 3D Mario is not coming out till 2027, but we are going to see a big, and he used the term big, Zelda remake this year, and a Star Fox new thing.
God, I hope they don't mess up Star Fox again. Like, Star Fox Zero was so bad.
But Star Fox Adventures, I think, made about half a generation furry.
Yeah,
Crystal as a character has just awoke a number of people, I'm sure.
You know what I find I find very interesting, and once again we're off topic here, is like about Star Fox, is the first 2 games were basically the same, just with better graphics.
Yeah, 100%. It's really cool. It's a really cool concept, and not something you'd see again. It's not like we have games make that kind of jump now from Lilac Wars and to Lilac Wars. Lilac Wars was Star Fox 64. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But that jump from NES to N64. Ocarina of Time is what you're hoping for, Yeen. I am actually hoping for Twilight Princess, but that's just because I played it, so it'd just be an excuse to play it. Before I give my answers for the actual question that we're talking about, Cutie mentioned John Wick. John Wick's a cool one. I'm interested to see how that turns out, hey, with it coming. Kakashi mentioned Divinity, and like 100%. Post Baldur's Gate 3, and like I love Divinity Original Sin 2. I'm very excited for the new Divinity. I think it's going to be a really cool game. I think it's going to be absolutely massive, just like Baldur's Gate 3. And yeah, it's going to be huge. Yeen, looking forward to Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3. Finish the story. Find out what's going on, all that kind of thing.
I'm a little scared with that one because I don't have a PlayStation, so I've had to wait for the FF remakes to come to PC. And the way
good luck.
The way Rebirth finished, like, you're gonna have to do something to really stick the landing on that. Like, yeah.
Well, I wonder if you're even going to get to play it on PC, Jim, with the way that PlayStation's changing their strategy.
I know. I hope they'll at least release that, because like it's not a I don't think it's a Sony exclusive, is it? Or maybe maybe FF7 is a Sony exclusive, so the remakes need to go on there.
They're rolling them out, so that'll show up in PC, but probably like a year after it comes out on PlayStation. which is a bit rough.
Yeah, but anyway, yes, and I did hang on. I thought I saw something else there. No, I must have missed it. That's okay. But yes,
as Anna's saying, yeah, Twilight Princess on console would be sick just to give us access to it. I hate games that aren't accessible now. You know, big bugbear. Pokemon. Yeah. I want to be able to play every Pokemon game on my Switch. I want to go back and play Pokemon Ultra Sun. I can't go back and play Pokemon Ultra Sun, and it hurts me. But no, there is a correct answer, Jim, and it's actually Persona 6. Persona 6 is the game that the day it drops, I'm gone. If there's a podcast on, I'm going to be standing here. I'm going to be talking. I'm going to be looking over here, and you're all just going to have to accept that that's how I do the podcast that year, whatever it turns out to be. I'm just hoping we get news on it soon. I'm a massive Persona RPG fan, all that kind of thing, and I'm so excited for the next one. But I just need it. Shock, no one said GTA. GTA's, I like them. I play them. They're not what I lose sleep over. As Yeen said, when Persona 6 comes out, I'm going to be a shell of a human because I am going to be spending every waking moment playing it.
Yeah.
But it's going to be great. The other one I'm looking forward to, in a real pivot, Haunted Chocolatier. I really want to get my hands on it. Haunted Chocolatier, for those of you who haven't seen it, is the next game by Concerned Ape. So the developer that made Stardew Valley. He's been working on it for absolutely ages. He's been working on it for ages. Anytime he hits a roadblock, he goes goes and adds more to Stardew Valley, which continues to grow and grow and grow. But like, I'm very excited to see what he does from like a full base build up. And it really narrowly beat it out. So, this doesn't count as an answer. But did we all see that Grave Seasons is got a release date? The Stardew Valley where there's a secret murderer in the town.
Oh.
That got a release date on the Xbox partner thing on Friday for us, Thursday for the Americans. Think that's your game, Jep? Hell yeah, there we go. So it wasn't my answer. Jeppy said that one.
Okay. Jeppy stream when. Yeah, Jeppy stream when.
That's it. After I spent all that money on a VTuber model. I think it was August sometime, Jep. We'll talk about that. You've got Google.
That's it.
No, and yeah, like that's it. I think that's what's so exciting is that there are games that even if they're not announced, that you just drop that thing.
Yeah. No,
How
definitely.
are we going for time, Jim? Do we have time for another one?
Yeah, I think we got time for maybe one or two. We're about the 20-minute mark. Yeah.
Cool. Well, looking ahead, we might have to do a part 2 of this because it feels like we're sort of. All right. Tell you what, I'm going to combine 2 here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to combine 2, both from the Discord. So if you're not in the Discord, join the Discord. It's a great way to ask questions and stuff like that. What is your most played games genre? What genre of games is your most played genre? And what's your defining game from when you were growing up?
Ooh, okay. So if we're going by the number of hours that I've got in Steam, it's going to be The Old Republic, the Star Wars MMO. But that's probably the game I've played the most. It's not the game genre I've put the most time into, and that's probably going to be platformers, or platform adjacent ones. Like I cut my teeth on Mario, absolutely love those, and even going into games like Celeste and Hollow Knight's a little bit like that one's more, that's Metroidvania, but like there's platforming in it, and I enjoy the challenges in that. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, there was a lot of kind of platforming and hitting those control. Actually, I'm not sure.
Metroidvania, it sounds like you might be leaning towards more than platformer.
I was just trying to find, like, because it's not so much like, don't get me wrong, I like the exploration of it, but I love the feeling of putting together like a platforming combo and play. Like Mario Odyssey was great for that, learning how to use the cap and just add that as another like movement mechanic. Was absolutely loved that, figuring that kind of thing out. And like that's the sort of thing, like being in Hollow Knight and learning that you've got that down stab and you can kind of jump over all the spiky things by just keep on hitting down. Yeah, pogoing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so the movement in the game that really gets me more than the kind of exploration side of it. Even like the Ori games, like doing that and getting that dig ability where you can go into the sand and just like use that momentum to swing you up, like the momentum based physics type stuff. That's what I really love. Yeah.
Hell yeah. No, I love it. Have you played Kaizo Mario?
I attempted to. I've tried Quickie World a couple of times, and I always get stuck on Sorcerer Castle. Although I will say, because I tried it, and like I must have put 6 to 8 hours into just trying to finish Sorcerer Castle, and still couldn't get it. Like, but then I remember I had a break from it for a while, and I went back, and I had progressing Sorcerer Castle fairly quickly when I got to it. So like, I don't know, maybe I just need to stick with it a bit longer and give that a go.
Tell you what, maybe something we can look at, because people have been asking for longer episodes of Mondayish and things like that. Maybe I can find us like 3 entry-level Kaizo Kaizo levels, and we can have a race.
Oh yeah.
That could be a little bit of a fun thing for us to try.
Because they've got the I think they still do the Kaizo weekly Kaizo races as well. So maybe that's something. Oh yeah,
they do, but they're a bit out of our level. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, no, that's fair. 100% fair.
I'll find us like Baby World or something like that. One that has a few tricks that we'll have to learn. What do we got from chat before we jump into mine? Kakashi, very happy that you mentioned Star Wars: The Old Republic. Hell yeah. Yep. Jeppy's asking if cozy is a genre, and I would say no. I would say cozy is a modifier. Because, like, you know, you can have cozy platforms, you can have cozy farming games, cozy, you know what I mean? Maybe. That's how I feel. What do you reckon, Jim?
Yeah, look, I think it's a little bit like my movement mechanic description of things, you know. You're right. It is a thing that...
You know it when you see it.
Yeah, that's it. You know it when you see it type thing. Same with cozy type games, because, like, Parlia's a cozy type MMO. You got your Stardew Valleys, you got your Animal Crossing. So there's a whole range of games that are still very different but similar, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, for sure. What else we got? Adventure from Cutie Zelda. Hell yeah! But you're playing Fortnite now. That is a change, but at the same time, you got that nice open world. Single player RPGs from Yin, but plays a lot of League of Legends. Soulsborne's from Winrick. Soulsborne is definitely a genre that people either love or hate. You know, like I know people that just hate boss fights, which makes it like a Soulsborne game is right out.
Yeah.
StarCraft real-time strategy coming in from Jack. Loving MOBAs, hell yeah. And I also know that, you know, bit into the MMOs and that kind of thing as well. 007 back in the day from Cutie is a defining, and Banjo-Kazooie. I adore Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, all those. I would kill for another Banjo game, like a proper Banjo game. Yeah, MOBAs, RPGs. We're getting a really cool range through chat, which is cool to see. Seeing what people say.
Yeah.
And Nick's just started Star Sand Island. We actually talked about that last episode. That's that cozy game we were talking about recently. Jep's a big fan of it.
Sorry, I just reading the comment from Kakashi about just bought Dragon's Dogma 2, spent 4 hours creating my character, and then found out I have to make a companion afterwards.
Absolutely. The pawn system, PAWN, chat, YouTube. The pawn system in Dragon's Dogma is really cool. Like, it's really one. Yeah, you hate boss fights but love Monster Hunter. That is a real contradiction for sure. Spyro coming in. Yeah, Spyro's a great game. We have a Spyro Mega Stream coming up soon, so that's going to be a time again. For those not aware, probably once a year, once every 18 months or so, I beat the Spyro trilogy 100% in one stream. It's a nightmare. I lose my sanity, but, you know, we do it. Thinking back to the questions, Jim, I play RPGs. RPGs is really the big one, and that's probably because it was defined my my growing up. You know, when you're young and you only get one game every like huge time period.
Yeah, birthdays and Christmas.
That had like 100 hours. You had like 100-hour game. You go, this is brilliant. So that really is what got me into my like completionist runs and things like that I do all the time now. Is playing through all of those, playing through all RPGs, JRPGs. Defining game for me, surprisingly, Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts was the first game I ever got on the PS2. And, I had the 64 and all that. I played through Zeldas and Banjos and all that kind of thing. But Kingdom Hearts is the one that I just remember playing over and over and over again. Like, I got to the point where I could beat that game in, like, one sitting in very short amount of time.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Look, that's a very tough question when we talk about defining games. Because, like, sometimes you get that question about the first game that you played, and that one's particularly hard for me because, like, talking about how long I've been around video games, like, I was under 4 years old and my old man had a side gig of going around to local pubs. We lived out country at the time, and he would go around to local pubs and put games in there. So, like, Dad still has like a big old upright machine with Frogger in at home, like, and can change out the game. So, like, there's games like that that I've been around for years, and like I remember there was one called Crush Roller, which is kind of a Pac-Man sort of a clone where you had to paint the whole thing. It's kind of like a reverse. Instead of eating all the pellets, you had to paint the whole thing. But yeah, if we're talking defining games though, like, I think I have to say Super Mario World, because kind of going on your bit about the games you got as kids where it was either your birthday or your Christmas presents. That's how you got a new game. But Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo, like, I played that thing to death. Like, before I even knew speedruns were a thing, or they probably weren't even really a thing back there. Like, I could beat Super Mario World from fresh save file to the end in like 20 minutes. I remember doing it once before school one day because Mum got sick of me badgering her if I could play the Super Nintendo before school, and I managed to finish the game. So it's like, yeah, I think I got to go with Super Mario World because, like, I just remember playing that game so much. And like we were talking about Kaizo Mario games early, like the Super Mario World engine is still used today for make fan games and ROM hacks and stuff like that. So, like, to me, I think that's got to be my defining game. Yeah.
That's awesome. No, I love that. It's a funny one because it's such a big game in my family as well, Super Mario World. So when I was really young, my family moved cities basically, and Mum and I, while Mum was looking for a job, Dad had a job already. That's why we moved and that kind of thing. Mum and I started playing Super Mario World, and I was small. I was young. And we finally beat it. 20 years later, probably more, whatever we are at today. My dad finally, last week, beat the third castle of Super Mario World. He has had that game, and he plays it every night. Every night, he picks up his little Nintendo controller, and he's playing through. He finally beat the third castle, and we're so proud of him.
Yeah.
He finally got there, but it's just one of those, like, so yeah, it's one that's always in my house and that kind of thing, even now. Night Owl coming in. You remember playing Nintendo 64, but you reckon the default one, Halo. Halo's such a good one. Like, playing with your mates, LAN parties and all that. That was like, it's a defining one. Hey, when you think back, primary school, high school, that kind of thing, and all your mates coming together, the 3 TVs set up with the cables running between all the Xbox and stuff. It was online gaming before online gaming was a thing, and it was so amazing, like that kind of thing.
It's a small thing, but you know what I love about that now? And it was a demonstration that they did when the Xbox Series X and S were announced. So it wasn't Halo, but they got hold of a game called Crimson Skies, which is an airplane fighting one. And they networked together an Xbox Series X, an Xbox One, an Xbox 360, and an OG Xbox, and were able to, via network link, play this multiplayer game.
That's really cool. Yeah. I love that.
But yeah, and there's few games that you pick up like if I'm thinking about defining games for FPS, it's like it's Doom, it's GoldenEye 007 on the 64, and Halo is right up there because like that just and I think what made that so good as well was Xbox Live, because that was the first kind of advent of
100%
of the online gaming. It was, and being able to do that, and even like the 4-player split screen multiplayer, like that was unreal. It was unreal for that sort of stuff. It was so good.
It was so good. It's one of those, I think back to like the first time when Xbox Live first came out. I'm this young Australian kid playing with like Canadians, Americans. Looking back, I'm like, I was way too young to be playing with strangers across the internet. But the internet was safe back then.
Relatively safe. At least it wasn't as easy to find where you were. You actually had to know about computers if you wanted to try and track someone rather than buying a program off somebody that did.
No, absolutely. And, we had some other cool answers, Nintendo 64 Battletoads from Kakashi. Like, Battletoads and all that was sick back in the day.
I didn't even know Battletoads was on the 64, to be honest.
Night Owl responding to the Kingdom Hearts, hell yeah. Have the opening theme song on Spotify from Kingdom Hearts, absolutely. As in Simple and Clean, brilliant game, brilliant song, all that kind of thing. It was so good. It was such a good one. I'm aware of time, Jim. How are we tracking?
I think that might be it for questions. I think we've done really well, but don't forget as well, jump in the Dave's Discord there. I should have it still copied there. Yep. So jump in. I don't know if that link shows up in your Discord there.
Yeah,
Dave.
we got it. We got it.
Sweet. Not Discord, Twitch chat, but yeah, jump in there if you want to have a chat about Mondayish stuff. We've got a channel in there where it doesn't have to be on a podcast. We can answer questions, all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you never know. We may do a part 2 of this because there was there's still a fair few questions. Anyone play Fortnite? I think there are people that play Fortnite around there. Ying and I used to play it a bit.
I don't mind it, but I got to be no build.
No, absolutely. I can't build fast enough.
Yeah, there was a guy from my game on Oz days, and he hated Fortnite because he used to say, and I quote, "I hate shooting at people and them turning into a 3-story building."
It's pretty much it. It is a rough time. We should get back on Fortnite. Well, if we go back to the days when I was a sponsored Fortnite streamer, which was an interesting time in our lives, we should actually give it a go. We should get some people in the community going. But Jim, it's Monday, or it's almost Monday.
Kind of
This
Monday.
has been good. This has been a really good part. I've enjoyed it. We've still got a lot to talk about, but we run into this time limit thing. But, oh, I've killed the camera.
Oh, where's Dave gone? Dave's disappeared.
It's just Jim now.
That's it. It's just Jimish. Yeah.
It's held together with duct tape and string. Really, my stream setup.
But yes, thank you everybody for watching us tonight. Zell, thank you so much for the raid. It was very cool to be able to bring Mondayish to a whole brand new group of people. So I hope you liked it. And remember, if you want to see Mondayish live, it kind of happens anywhere from Saturday to Monday at this point in time. So keep an eye out there.
Look, we maybe a Tuesday, really. You'll get an episode once a week. That's all I can promise you.
Yep, 100%. But yes, drop Dave a follow at twitch.tv/Desane, and myself, Straight Jacket Jim, twitch.tv/Straight Jim, and also give the Mondayish YouTube channel a follow. Just look up Mondayish on YouTube. You should be able to find it. I think we've got about 5, maybe 6 episodes up there now, so definitely give it a listen. Yeah. And eventually I will get around to putting it up on real podcast platforms. So yeah.
I want everyone to understand here. Jim just committed to it, so it's not my job. I'm out. I'm free. Dave is a free elf.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Jim. This has been awesome.
No worries, and thanks everybody. We will see you next time. Maybe it's a Saturday, maybe it's a Sunday. Definitely not a Monday for a while, so Dave can raid WoW. But thank you all, and we'll catch you next time.